Sorry folks, last night, well, we have a problem here already. I spooled me some brand new ES2 line and I'm itching to test it today. I did some fishing in the morning. It did not turn out so well. I found a bunch of small white bass here. Not a big challenge to catch them. It's kind of deep, but I put a 2.5 gram boogaroo and we're gonna wait that sucker to sink to the bottom. I want to catch a few fish with this line just to try it. Otherwise, I have better rigs to fish for white bass, but I want to fish with this rod right now and with this line. So we're gonna give it, I don't know, 10-15 minutes or 10-15 fish rather, to see how the EOS feels. I already fished it this morning a little bit, just didn't catch enough fish, and in the current it was very tough to tell. It was, I will say, it does cast easier than the orange polyester line. It is more manageable for sure. Let me go on the front. Now last night I actually tested this line on the bench. There was a bite but could not connect. And it measured about 1.85. I did only 2 tests. One of them did 1.8. One of them did 1.9 pounds. And it's supposed to be 2.3. But the orange polyester measures just the same. So I can say that it is just as strong as the orange polyester. I'm gonna bolt flip this fish because it's so small. And the first spool of EOS2 I had, probably told you, there was some issue with that spool. It was breaking in under 1 pound. And I was told that Randy had the same issue with it, but it was just a bad batch. So VARIVAS sent me a new batch of, not a new batch, they sent me a new spool from a new batch. And this one does appear that the strength is fixed. Now this one I can immediately tell it is different than the orange polyester line. It feels more nylonish. So that's good and bad. The orange polyester is super difficult line to fish with. If you're a beginner, find something else to fish with the first 2, 3, 15 years of your life. The orange polyester is very frustrating line, but it casts like nothing else and sensitivity is like nothing else. It's kind of a trade-off. This line feels more nylonish. As a matter of fact, it's kind of quieter, smoother, it doesn't jump. This line is much easier to fish. I really recommend, if you want to try polyester line, try this one first. Or the clear color of the, the orange polyester is actually offered in a clear color too. That one is also easier to fish than the orange. I don't know why, but the color of the dye changes something, or I don't know, it's just different line altogether. But these clear lines, I don't know, they feel more nylonish. They're much easier to fish. And sensitivity is still better than any fluorocarbon. See, I love fishing with fluorocarbon because you don't need leaders, you don't need nothing. But am I on the bottom? How am I not getting a single bite? But they have a little stretch, and for this particular, for all other rods, I don't even mind stretch. But for my Daiwa Presso, this one, this is my trout magnet rig. On this rod, I do want maximum sensitivity. I want even to feel when I twitch, I feel the actual twitch. Not just the fish bite, but I even feel that I'm twitching the head. That's a fish. Yeah, don't Don't make a mistake by that I'm calling this line nylonish. This line has no stretch. This is a super sensitive line. That is just a little bit, like one level, I think, softer than the orange polyester. It's just as strong, sinks just as fast. I mean, pretty much everything. But if you want extreme sensation, just the maximum casting distance, the maximum sensitivity, I do think the orange polyester is the very best. And if you want the orange polyester in 3 pounds or higher, which it doesn't come, 2.3 pound is the highest that it comes. If you want the higher diameters, look at Gossen Lumina Shine. Gossen Lumina Shine has a green line that appears to me to be, I don't know, the exact same line that the orange polyester, but just slightly thicker. Come on, let's get a few more fish. 2.5 grams is so heavy that there is a fish. Sometimes when I'm twitching, I confuse the weight of the 2.5 gram jig head with a bite. Just toop toop, you feel this 2.5 gram bait. So much resistance. Yeah, these are small fish, but it's okay. I'm gonna use them for to make a quick video to say a few things about this line, so it's not too boring. Also feels, I don't know, feels really smooth. I kind of really like it actually, this ES2 line. I kind of really like it. Do not confuse, like I said, just because it's not as, you know, the orange polyester feels kind of dry and brittle. But that's why, because it's so stiff and dry, that's why it has this maximum sensitivity, I think. But this one looks very smooth, man. It's almost shiny. These lines don't look shiny. When you look at nylon line and whatever, fluorocarbon, they look shiny, almost like liquid. But the polyester lines, they don't look shiny. But this one looks almost shiny. So really good line. I think it's cheaper too, I don't know. But I really recommend, if you haven't tried polyester and if you don't have experience with fishing, you don't like knots here and bird's nest and whatnot, try this one. Yeah, try the EOS2. It's a great first line. If you like it and you want to try the extreme sensation, then you get the orange. But get ready for some cursing, because the orange one will make you curse. You can be experienced angler and it will make you curse. Yeah, these are babies. These are babies. Yeah, this line will be awesome when I fish 7-8 foot deep in April for bluegill beds. Look, I mean, I can feel tup tup. This is 32 feet down. I feel these white bass bites like almost like electromagnetic impulse, like tum, so crisp. I feel them so crisp. There is really almost, unless you're a fanatic, no need to go. Look at this tiny little white bass. I mean, I felt these bites like tup tup, so crisp, so super crisp. Let go, buddy. Let go. Yeah, I saw Randy the Trout Magnet recommend this line, and I can tell you I recommend it too. Very smooth, very nylonish looking, very easy to, it stays on the spool. That was spooled last night. I mean, you cannot, I don't care how you spool your line, you cannot spool orange polyester last night and come here and fish and not curse. You're gonna curse so loud they're gonna hear you on the other side of the bank. It's just impossible on the first day. If you fish the orange polyester, put it 6 months earlier and then fish it. I'm just kidding. At least give it a week. Anything down there? Am I on the bottom on the first place? I mean, look at it this way. 33 feet deep. You can feel them so crisp and with a little bit of current because the line is so thin. Because the line is so thin. Yeah, this line is nice. This line is nice. But I'm wasting my time here with these babies. And I'm gonna run up by the dam. Try to catch some drum or I don't know, something nicer. Alright, last fish. Let's see what it will be. I don't know if I should hold you on camera because it takes exactly 12, even 13 seconds for that guy to sink. So maybe I need to talk for 12, 13 seconds for this line to sink. VARIVAS used to be very expensive, but then the Central Bank of Japan, when everybody else started raising interest rates, they decided to defend the yield on the Japanese bonds to 0.25 or 0.25%, which was ridiculously low. The only way for them to defend that yield on the government bonds was to print money, print yen, and buy all government bonds that nobody else wants to buy. This turning out to be a very interesting fishing video. Because of that, they printed excessive amount. Everybody's printing money, to be clear. Everybody is printing money. But they printed excessive amount of money, much more than anyone else was printing, and the yen just dropped off a cliff and went from 105 yen to the dollar. This will be the last fish of this video. 105 yen to the dollar to 100. I think the peak was 150, maybe even 151 if you look at the hourly charts. But on the daily charts, the peak was 150. So all of a sudden, the entire country of Japan was on sale. Everything was like 30% off. Fishing rods, reels, everything was 30% off if you buy it from Japan. The vendors in the United States did not reduce prices, but if you bought from Japan, it was cheaper. Because of that, VARIVAS lines became very, you know what, I'm gonna catch one more fish to finish my story. Because of that, VARIVAS lines all of a sudden became very affordable. You could buy, especially on sale. I think on sale, first of all, because of how cheap the Japanese yen was, that dropped the value in terms of dollars. And then when they offered like 30% sale, I believe you could buy one of these lines for, I don't know, maybe $5, $6 a spool, which is incredible because you have these, I don't know, cheap, trashy line. I don't want to offend them. I'm not going to say any names, but there is a lot of super nasty monos that you cannot even break. You start pulling and they stretch indefinitely and they never break. But even they cost more than $5, $6 a spool. Now, one of their spools is usually 300 yards, but nevertheless, VARIVAS line became very cheap at one point, very affordable. Now, the Bank of Japan, that was a good bite, man. The Bank of Japan saw that now they have to defend too many things. They have to defend not only the yield on the bonds, but they have to defend the currency. So they reduced the printing of yen. And they had to instead allow the interest on the government bonds to go up a little bit. So because of that, I don't think in 2023, and this is not reversible, you will never, I think, never again, as long as I'm alive, you will never again see 150 Japanese yen to the dollar. My point is, in 2023, I don't think VARIVAS will be as cheap as it was in 2022. But right now it's still 130 Japanese yen to the dollar. And VARIVAS, I think, still has some deals from time to time. So my advice to you is, if you see this line on sale again, just load up, buy like $150 worth of line, buy the other lines too that you're interested. Because I believe that the yen to dollar ratio is going in the wrong direction forever. So just stock up on some good wine. And I'm saying this on January 1st, 2023. And we'll see next year if I was right. But anyway, this was like a 5-minute tangent just to tell you, if you see a good sale in VARIVAS, buy a few more because the prices will only get higher from here on. Man, not a single even 10-inch white bass during this video. But thanks for watching anyway. I do like this line. I do recommend it. Find it on sale and buy it. Bye bye.